Yeah. Welcome back to some bullshit all
No, that's not the intro.
over.
Do the welcome back correctly this time.
Welcome back to... What was the intro?
Wasn't it like boring story or something?
Kids do stuff.
Okay, sure. It's almost been a year. Let's go with that. So, to explain what happened, I made an oopsie whoopsie. I recorded multiple sessions of multiple different Let's Plays. And this was back on my laptop, where it said instead of using your microphone, the shitty one I have right now, it said what if instead we recorded using your laptop microphone? And that's what happened. So like we recorded like 3 hours of this, 3 hours of Pokemon, like 3 hours of Paper Mario. And it was with a shitty mic on my end. And you could like just hear the roaring sounds of my computer laptop fan spinning. So that happened.
Beautiful.
Oh wait
no
a
one's
second.
upset about this.
No, it's fine.
It's fine. You
Yeah,
just
it's
have to
fine.
redo everything all over again. It's fine.
It's fine, yeah.
Nothing bad happened.
Nope. And so we're here watching us do a 3.5 hour recording of Trails in the Sky because all the audio died. So
Yep.
there's probably Trails in the Sky background music playing right now, but not for us.
I mean, on the plus side, Trails of Cold Steel 3.
Yes, Trails of Cold Steel 3, and that's how that sentence ends. Thanks Discord for cutting out. Yeah, that's supposed to come out soon, isn't it?
Yeah, it comes out in October 22nd.
Nice.
I already pre-ordered it.
I can't wait to not play it.
Well, it's gonna take you a while. You haven't played any of the other games yet.
And I'm not liking this one.
Like, you'll be so fucking confused if you played the third one.
Of course I would, because this one isn't good.
Because it brings together all the series into the third game.
That's nice. But yeah, it's not that I don't like this game, I just have many problems with it. So anyways, we're not talking about what's happening on screen.
Well, you appear to be fighting some frogs, a gator, and a lamp.
Yeah, look at that shark pup.
So yeah.
Is it bad that I'm now looking at what seems to be the enemies? Because whenever I'm playing the game, I'm not looking at the enemies. So like, I never really noticed like the designs for these enemies before.
I mean, I guess something good came out of this.
Because I'm mainly just stuck in the menu and only looking at the menu and not giving a shit about the enemies because it doesn't matter. Because that's how I've been playing this game, just not looking at the enemies, and I'm doing great.
So do you remember what happened in the plot right now?
So, fucking, didn't the orphanage burn down? Or is that gonna happen?
No, I'm pretty sure that already happened.
Okay, yeah, and we were like, let's go to the... All I remember from the last time we recorded this was that there was a bridge, and I got really mad about the bridge. Because they were like, guys, the bridge opens up at noon, and then they had to say every fucking time they passed the bridge.
You should probably read what that says about what we're doing.
I can't, it's going too fast.
Oh. I forgot we're not actually playing the game.
So, those don't know, it was 3 hours, like almost 3.5 hours of, I think it was exactly like 3 hours of content that we recorded. And I came up with the brilliant idea for doing this with Paper Mario. And then Caleb said, why don't we do this with Trails? And I don't know why I didn't think of that. But basically, we're just watching our old recording, and we're just commentating over it because we lost the audio. So that's what's gonna happen for the next hour and a half, because the video is playing at 2 times speed, because we're not gonna sit here for 3 hours.
You should know us by now.
Yeah, it's fine. So are we looking? So did the kid steal our shit again, and we're looking for him this kick his ass or something?
I don't know. I haven't been looking at the screen.
Look. Okay, so the orphanage burned down. I think this was where I got lost for about 20 minutes and complained that the game was bad.
Oh.
And I think this was just me walking down the road complaining the game was bad.
Oh no.
I think I think I asked you, what do we do? And you're like, I don't know.
Oh no.
Yeah, and so we had to look for someone, and we couldn't find them. And I just there we go. No. Oh yeah, the orphanage just burned down, and the fucking everyone died in the fire, and so here they are. And that's it. That's the plot.
Yep.
All I remember is this sucks. Anyways.
Yeah.
Bad game.
So.
We want to talk about something better than this?
So yeah, so a lot of shit's happened since
Yeah, because we haven't talked since Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. And we haven't recorded since, like, before then.
So
first off, I need to get this off my chest. Sans Undertales and Smash.
fuck.
Sans
Fuck
Undertale.
off.
Do 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 do.
I mean, somehow Hero
Do do do
and
do.
Persona 5 Protag made it.
Yeah, I mean, but we know about Joker for like a long time. Did we ever record a video after Joker got announced?
Maybe?
Because here's the thing. January was when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. And that was the last time we really talked to each other. Because you visited me to play Kingdom Hearts 3. And then before that was December, and I don't know if we played anything during that time.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, they said, haha, Joker from Persona 5 in Smash. And then they said, what if we put the hero from Dragon Quest? And then Banjo-Kazooie. And then Sakurai, creator of Smash Bros, was like, Gaha desuyo.
What?
So you know how Banjo-Kazooie say Gaha?
Sure.
And yeah, you know Banjo-Kazooie, right?
Yeah, of course. I played it.
You know how like Banjo says Gaha?
I've never played it.
Oh. Well, that's his catchphrase. I mean, I've never played it. All I did was ever see like a Let's Play once or twice or never. And Banjo says Gaha. And so in the video where Sakurai is like, this is Banjo, he says Gaha desuyo.
Oh.
It's very Kino.
Speaking of Kino,
What?
have you seen that Remind trailer?
I have. Which one? There's like 2.
There's... Hold the phone.
Yeah, they did one just like the other day because Tokyo Game Show just happened.
The one that KZ already did a video on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I've seen that one.
Yeah, and the first one was when they first showed it off, which was
Yeah,
like
okay.
E3, I think.
Yeah. Anyways.
Where they were like,
Why
haha,
didn't we?
who's Luxord? And then that was how the trailer ended.
Like, I wasn't alive during E3,
Yeah, I know.
remember?
I know.
I was, as you put it, dead.
You were dead. It was hilarious. But yeah,
So I
Joker's
should
top
probably
tier,
let
by the
everyone
way.
know. I've been dead for 7 months.
Yeah, he had to do basic or something. What the fuck
Yeah.
happened to the video?
I don't know, what do you mean?
I mean, it's stuck on Joshua. Did I go like take a shit or something?
Probably.
Oh, okay, there we go. It's continuing now.
You know what the best part about this is? It's
What?
gonna be completely unedited footage.
This might be a single episode. I'll call it the podcast. I mean, like, yeah, it's gonna be unedited because I don't give a shit enough to, like... Because here's the thing, if you were to split this into multiple parts, it would be like 3 episodes almost, and it would all be content not about the game. But keep in mind, probably after we watch an hour and a half of this, we'll just start playing the game anyways.
Which will be great. We'll finally be able to play the game, and it'll be great.
So, yeah, the orphanage burned down, and I think we're gonna go get them. I'll just keep coming in with commentary about what's happening in game.
Yeah, and I'll just keep talking about unrelated things.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he was
the
dead
hell I-
for 6 months. You should tell them why.
Yeah, I joined the army. I think I mentioned that
Yeah.
in one of the videos.
Oh no, it's dead now. The audio's gone.
Probably. So anyways, yeah, I joined the army, and, I was at basic for 6 months.
Which is terrible.
Because I got injured. Don't get injured if you join the army.
Haha. So, yeah, that happened. And I've been doing nothing.
Yeah, aren't you getting your master's?
Not anymore.
Wait, what do you mean not anymore?
So, you know how... So, I'm not sure if you know this, but for grad school, you need to have at least a 3.0 or higher to even graduate. And if you have below a 3.0 for more than 2 semesters, they kick you out. And so I failed one class because I didn't know anything about it. I'll talk about it more later, but basically, because of that one F, my GPA was too low. And after basically unabling, like, I would have to basically get like straight A's for like the next semester to stay in. And that didn't happen, so ripperino.
Oh.
It sucks, but man, do I just not care anymore. When I first found out I got kicked out, it, you know, shit sucks. But, I mean, I was like, what was my reasoning for doing a master's anyway? And I was like, oh yeah, I didn't have one.
That really sucks.
Yeah, it does, but, I mean, I still have my bachelor's, so it's not like I'm completely fucked.
So, were you getting a job? Or
Yep.
where are you going?
Oh no. So right now I basically just started looking for a job, but basically I'll probably be looking for some computer job somewhere in Orlando or where my hometown, which I won't say because internet. But yeah, that's basically it. I mean, I will say this. Going for my master's, it wasn't that I didn't like it, but man, did I hate a lot of my classes. Did you know that, a majority of professors, are bad? Yeah, I remember, like, cause out of all, I basically took 6 master's level classes, or courses or whatever, and my god, did I not like majority of them. There were like about 2 that I liked, and everyone, and all like the others I hated.
I'm sorry.
Dude, it was awful. Cause, yeah, I think I might have told you this, but I don't know if we ever put it on recording. I had like at least 2 or 3 professors who were like, if you have a Windows or Mac computer, fuck you. Because they only like Linux. And so I don't have a Linux, I have a Windows, like a majority of the people in those classes. And so we were all basically like screwed because he was like, I'm not gonna teach you how to do stuff, because I'm gonna teach you how to do stuff for like a Linux computer and you're using Windows. And so, yeah, it screwed me over. Well, it's not that that wasn't the class that screwed me over, but basically, it it was upsetting because I'm like, man, I'm not able to do a lot of the stuff you want me to do easily because they don't work on Windows computers. And that's really terrible. I hate that. Because here's the stupid thing about that, Caleb, you know? The majority of
Dude,
people...
you just called me a name I haven't heard in months.
Caleb?
Yeah.
Do they call you number 0321 or something?
No, we get called by our last name.
Oh. That's hilarious. Is it like, what, Private Rankin?
First class. Private first class.
That's hilarious. But yeah, basically, what was I saying? It was the classes would be about Linux computers, and since I don't have a Linux computer, I was fucked.
Yeah.
And I remember the class that I got a C+ in, which doesn't count for passing because it's grad school. You need to get a B or higher. So I got a C+, and I know it was really close to a B because it was like a 78 or 79. So I got upset that I missed that mark too. But, yeah, I mean, I fucked up. I mean, I got A's in the classes I liked, but that was not a class I liked because I had to do stuff for a Linux computer, which I don't have. There were ways to work around it, but man, does it still not fix everything. So I remember that the professor straight up, because for the project, we were straight up told on day one that he doesn't know how the project will work or if it works on Windows and Mac computers. And that was like the project for that class.
Oh.
So he straight up says, I don't know if it works for Macs or Windows computers, so good luck. And so, after that, and the way the project worked was group 1 would work on the project, and then like week 1, one group would work on it, week 2 another group would work on it, and week 3 another group would work on it. So it would be basically like everyone was working on the same project basically, but building onto it each week. And I went week 2 because that shit's usually easier at the beginning. It was week 2 or week 3 or something. And it was hilarious, because during week 1, Group 1 said, we emailed the people who created the original program and asked how they can do this on Apple, and they told us that it's impossible to do this on Apple computers. So if you have a Mac, you can't do the project, is basically what they told us.
Oh.
I mean, I don't think anyone used Mac computers, but what's really funny was when my group went, we found out that you can't do the project on Windows computers. Because you had to use a certain, like, function or something that was only available to, like... What the fuck would the term be? It was only available to Linux users. So, like, a certain function or parameter or something wasn't available for Windows computers. So, if you were to use it, it wouldn't work on a Windows computer. So you had to do it on Linux. So you would find out by week 2 that, oh, if you want to do the project, you can't use an Apple or Mac computer, and you can't use a Windows computer. You'd have to use Linux.
So...
And not everyone used Linux. Don't worry, here's the thing. You're supposed to do the project on a Linux subsystem, which is basically creating Yeah, that's what I did, but even then, I'm saying, despite me doing that, we found out that the specific functions and parameters wouldn't work on a subsystem of Linux because it wasn't a real Linux system, so it didn't have access to the real, like, functions and parameters that was needed for the project. So even though we did the subsystem, it wouldn't work. And that's why I hated that class. Because sometimes that shit just doesn't work on Windows computers, and I'm not gonna download Linux and reset the operating system for that shit, cause fuck that, no.
Yeah.
I had another class where that was the exact same problem, where he was like, here's a homework assignment, just code this. And I was like, okay, I'll test the code, and then it doesn't work, and I Google, and it's like, and I had to Google a bunch of things, and I found out it's like, oh, like these like parameters which is a function that grabs the number of like cores I'm using, doesn't work on Windows because it's Linux specific. And I was like, cool, I can't even test if my program works correctly for this class. I think I got a B in that class, but man, fuck that. I had like I think those two classes definitely were like that, but I think I might have had a third, where it was basically the professor telling us, hey, everything only works for Linux, and if you don't have a Linux system, it won't work because a Linux subsystem won't work either. And I hate that. Because not everyone... they're basically denying that the majority of the world uses Windows and Mac computers.
Wait, they just said you have to have a Linux computer because you can't even use a Linux subsystem?
They didn't say that we had to have a Linux computer. They said that this stuff will only work on Linux, and so that you can try to do it on Windows, but they don't know if it will work, and if it doesn't work, then you'll just not get a correct grade, or a passing grade.
But even the Linux subsystem didn't work.
Yeah.
So
basically,
they're basically forcing you to have to go out and buy a Linux computer to pass a class.
Basically, yes. Because those professors only used the Linux.
Without giving you access to, say, a library with a Linux computer.
I believe so, yeah. Because if you were to go to the library at like... If you were to go to the library at like, on campus, those computers were all Windows computers.
So, how did they expect people who don't have money?
Get someone in the
this?
class to do it for you.
Again, you don't have money.
Yeah. Oh no, it was basically, I don't know how, because I did the project correctly, and I did the Linux correctly, because you could write the code for it, but you can't test it. And so I just almost sort of bullshitted my way to victory.
That's dumb.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know if it was correct or not when I turned that stuff in, but man, was I like, well, I can't do anything. Funny thing is, like, I got a B in one of those classes, which was passing, and I was like, I can't do anything. It's great. Yeah, that happened. And those classes are bad. Oh, we should talk about what's happening on screen.
So, what's happening on screen is you found out that the one dude decided to burn down the village, and you went to a lighthouse, and you're
Boss fight.
yeah, boss fight.
This is the boss fight, right?
Yeah, against
Jeffrey. Dallas.
sure.
Yeah. So enough about me being bad in college. Let's talk about the fact that Joker's considered top tier in Smash Bros.
Well, he won that
Yeah.
one tournament.
Evo. Yes. It was great.
Yeah.
I think it was Micleo. Right? I think so. He's from Mexico, so representing. Everyone considers him to be the only good Joker player, but nah, Joker's busted. So, do you know how Joker plays?
He has a really weird spike.
No.
When he uses Arsene, he gets really powerful. That's all I know.
Arsene? You mean
Arsene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically what happens is, you know how like Cloud in the game has his limit break?
Mm-hmm.
So, Joker has his rebellion gauge, where if he takes enough damage, it will fill out. It looks just like the SP gauge from the game. And once it maxes out and it fills out, he will then be on a timer with Arsene. So basically, when his rebellion gauge fills out, Arsene shows up, and every single one of his attacks has more knockback, more damage, and a bigger hitbox. So he goes from being a really good character, who's probably he's either like the highest amongst mid tiers or the lowest amongst top tiers to being the best character in the game.
Hmm.
Also, all of his B moves, his special moves, change. So, Aga, or Aha, becomes A-Gown. His up B goes from the grappling hook to the Rings of Rebellion, which is one of the highest recoveries in the game. And it also makes it so that he doesn't get hit during the animation of it. So he can press up B without getting hit, which is really good. And he can, his down B is a counter. It goes from... Normally his down B is like Incineroar's Revenge, where if you get hit while you press down B, as Joker, it charges your Rebellion gauge. So if someone's about to hit you and you press down B, it charges up your Rebellion gauge and you take no knockback, and instead you get closer to summoning Arsene. And so when he gets Arsene, his down B becomes a counter. He gets Tetrakarn and Makarakarn, so he can reflect physical attacks and projectiles.
So what you're saying is he's just broken.
Yes. A lot of his other moves change, like his neutral air just gets a second hitbox on the opposite side of it. His down air starts to spike, and all of his moves now kill. Like, because they have so much knockback.
Nice.
So he was a very fast character with reliable damage to a character with even more damage and more knockback, and it's still just as fast. And it's hilarious, and I'm so happy. Because it's like the first time I actually play a top tier character. Because I'm the kind of guy who's like, I'm gonna play characters I like, and then the always bottom tier as I look at Game & Watch and Smash 4 and be sad.
Like Pichu.
In Melee. Pichu was top tier in Ultimate, and then they nerfed him, and now I'm sad. It was great. Pichu's neutral air, where you would just press A in the air, it was bigger than all of Charizard. There's like a video like on Twitter back before the nerf, where someone would stand Charizard and Pichu next to each other. Charizard would jump and press A like 10 times in a row, and the video would end with Pichu jumping in the air, pressing A and hitting Charizard. Because Charizard would miss all of those 10 times despite being right next to Pichu. And then they nerfed Pichu, and it's sad. I still play Pichu. I didn't main Pichu, but I still play Pichu, it's fun.
I haven't played Smash since it came out, or since Piranha Plant.
Piranha Plant was... Oh yeah, that's because that was the day Kingdom Hearts came out.
Yeah.
Yo, they dropped Piranha Plant to make everyone not play Kingdom Hearts. What a power move by Nintendo.
And they failed at it.
They did! We played like 10 minutes and went back to Kingdom Hearts. But hey, I actually play Piranha Plant. He's really fun. He's also bottom tier. I like how the characters I said I was gonna main, I still main. But... So we had a tournament the day or the week before Hurricane Dorian with me, like Alex and Paul and everyone and other people that you probably don't know because FIT.
Yeah.
And so I won the tournament because they're all bad, obviously. But
yeah, it was like you and
Paul
Vinny were the only two who were even half decent. Or yeah, you, Paul, and Vinny were like the only three who were.
Well, Vinny doesn't play Ultimate. He plays Melee. I think So David is really good at Melee. And so is Vinny. I'm then worse than Vinny and better than Paul. So the only people who are good at Smash are me, Paul, Vinny, and David. But Vinny doesn't have a Switch, so he doesn't play Ultimate. But if he did, he probably would, and he'd be probably just as good as me. But, so, at the tournament, I kicked everyone's asses as King K. Rool, who's considered to be really bottom tier. And then I played...
K. Rool, he's great.
Yeah, he has the big tummy wummy and the outie belly button. He's great. But I played Joker a couple of times against Alex and Paul. I did it against Paul to say fuck you to Paul. I did play one as K. Rool, but still. The one match I lost the entire time was against Paul when someone decided to stand in front of the fucking computer, in front of the TV screen so I couldn't watch it.
Oh.
So that's how I lost my one match, was because someone stood in front of me and I couldn't see anything.